Hello everyone. Welcome to Nanuya channel. And today, we're diving into a topic that so many of us face at different points in our lives. Feeling stuck. Whether it's in your career, relationships, personal growth, or just life in general, feeling stuck can be incredibly frustrating. It's that heavy, uncertain, what do I do next? Feeling that can keep us in the same place for weeks, months, or even years. But here's the good news. You're not alone, and there are ways to move forward. So let's break it down together. I would like to give you a perspective or two on what you can do to get rid of the feeling of being stuck. I would like to give you a perspective or two on what you can do to get rid of the feeling of being stuck. Being stuck usually occurs because we feel like we are not progressing. Often, we set our sights on massive changes and big accomplishments, which can make progress feel slow or even non-existent. The key to breaking out of this mindset is to start measuring progress on a much smaller scale. Set yourself small daily and weekly goals. These should be manageable and specific, things you can realistically achieve in a short time frame. Maybe it's reading 5 pages of a book, learning 10 new words in a foreign language, writing a paragraph in your journal, or even just taking a 10-minute walk every day. Tracking these small wins is powerful. As you check these off consistently, you will begin to notice tangible progress. Even though the progress may seem small, our brains naturally respond positively to achievement, releasing dopamine, which makes us feel good and encourages us to continue. If you rinse and repeat this cycle over weeks, months, and eventually years, you'll see massive long-term changes. What once felt like being stuck will turn into a slow but steady movement forward. Think of life as a marathon rather than a sprint. It's not about achieving everything overnight, but about making progress consistently. If you're trying to learn Spanish, for example, you can't just say, I'll do this for 6 months and be fluent. Instead, you need to recognize that learning is a lifelong practice, and the key is to embrace the small steps that build toward mastery. By combining these two concepts, measuring small wins and adopting a long-term mindset, you'll not only make real progress, but also see the progress you're making, which is just as important. Understanding why we feel stuck. Before we can move forward, we need to understand what's keeping us in place. There are a few common reasons why people feel stuck. Fear of change. Even when we're unhappy, staying in our comfort zone feels safer than the unknown. Our brain naturally resists uncertainty, making it hard to take risks. The idea of stepping into something unfamiliar can trigger anxiety, even if the current situation isn't fulfilling. Self-doubt. Thoughts like, I'm not good enough, or I'll probably fail, can paralyze us. We often compare ourselves to others, thinking they have it all figured out while we're still struggling. This imposter syndrome can make it hard to believe in our own potential. Lack of clarity. Sometimes, we just don't know what we want or where to go next. The overwhelming number of choices can make us freeze rather than move forward. This analysis paralysis keeps us in a cycle of overthinking and inaction. External pressures. Family, society, or financial constraints can make change feel impossible. Expectations from others can create guilt or fear around making the wrong decision, leaving us feeling trapped in paths we didn't fully choose for ourselves. Burnout and fatigue. When we're exhausted, mentally or physically, it becomes harder to see opportunities and make decisions. A constant cycle of stress can make everything feel like a dead end, preventing us from having the energy to make meaningful changes. If any of these resonate with you, don't worry. Awareness is the first step to change. Recognizing what's keeping you stuck can help you take back control. How to start moving forward. Now, let's talk about practical ways to get unstuck. Shift your mindset. Instead of thinking of being stuck as failure, See it as a signal. Maybe it's time for a new direction or approach. Ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Sometimes, being stuck is a sign that something needs to change, whether it's your job, environment, or mindset. Take small steps. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Start with one small action. Research a new job, have a conversation you've been avoiding, or commit to one new habit. Progress happens in micro steps, not giant leaps, and small wins build momentum. Gain clarity. Journaling, talking to a mentor, or even just reflecting on what excites you can help you figure out your next move. Write down what you enjoy doing, what drains you, and what you would do if fear wasn't a factor. Sometimes, writing your thoughts down can reveal patterns and insights that weren't obvious before. Challenge negative thoughts. Whenever self-doubt creeps in, ask yourself, is this thought really true? What if I tried anyway? Sometimes the stories we tell ourselves hold us back more than the reality of a situation. Reframe your fears by asking, what's the best that could happen? Surround yourself with growth-oriented people. The people we spend time with shape our beliefs and actions. Find mentors, friends, or communities that encourage growth and change. If you don't have those people in your immediate circle, look for online communities, support groups, or networking events where people are actively working toward their goals. Trust the process. Progress isn't always immediate. Give yourself grace and keep taking steps forward. Every small action adds up over time. Think of it like planting seeds. Just because you don't see instant growth doesn't mean change isn't happening beneath the surface. Try something new. Sometimes, breaking out of routine can spark new inspiration. Travel to a new place, take a class, or start a new hobby. Fresh experiences can lead to unexpected opportunities and help you discover passions you didn't even know you had. Create a routine that supports growth. Develop habits that push you forward, like reading, exercising, or setting small daily goals. Consistent actions create long-term change. Even something as simple as a morning routine that includes goal setting can keep you moving in the right direction. Practice self-compassion. We often judge ourselves harshly for feeling stuck, but it's a normal part of growth. Instead of beating yourself up, acknowledge your feelings and remind yourself that you're working toward progress, not perfection. Feeling stuck is something we all go through, but it doesn't have to define us. The most important thing is to start. Take even the smallest step today. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this helpful, consider sharing it with a friend who might need it too. Until next time, keep growing, keep moving forward, and take care of yourself.